What's up, everybody? So I haven't made a video in a while. Actually, I got sick, and I've been I was sick for about 2 weeks. Probably had COVID. I seem to have all the symptoms, but I still got a little bit of a cough. So, but I want to talk because there's some interesting things that are happening, and so people that haven't seen any of my other videos, I wanted to elaborate. Right now, I go to Liberty University, and I'm finishing up my bachelor's in government and pre-law. So I study specifically in the inception of government, the application of government, and the relationship between governments and their people, and the fall and destruction of governments, or how they collapse. So, based on that research, if I had to make an evaluation of where our government is right now, philosophically, I would say that our government is in the decline of its inception, and it's getting ready to go through what we would call a reformation process, or a reconciliation process. There was this story about George Washington, and a bunch of people came to him when they knew the Articles of Confederation were collapsing, and they said, we know that they're collapsing, and we're going to have to fix something. We have to fix it, and we need a constitution. Right? Constitutions come from a republic. So, sorry. So, Washington looked at them and said, "The people aren't tired enough yet," and that's where I believe we are. See, even if the country collapses, the reality is there will be a new government established, because government brings chaos, brings order from chaos. The only problem with our government is that we've allowed it to get so far out of line that now we are living in almost a tyrannical government. So there is one particular thing that I want to note on. Besides that, is I want to note on, and I'm looking it up right here because I want to make sure I quote it right. So, regarding government workers, because I know the president, if you want to call him that, just mandated that all federal workers, and basically he's mandating that everyone needs to get this injection to keep their jobs. Well, according to Supreme Court ruling under Charles R. Perry and Robert P. Sanderman, this was U.S. Supreme Court 408 U.S. 593. Under that ruling in 1972, the Supreme Court ruled that a government worker, upon declaring a property right to their job, must go through the due process clause. So this is interesting because your body is your body, and you get to choose what happens to it, right? And this is the whole abortion thing. This is a woman's right to choose. Well, it's a person's right to choose what happens to their body, not just a woman. Okay, because that's what the ruling. So the government has no authority to force you to actually take a vaccine, nor does your employer have the authority to force you to take a vaccine. If you declare a property right to your job, and you say that you are, and you declare that you have a right to make the decisions of your body. Now, what's going to happen, and this is what happens normally, is that your employer doesn't care. Charlotte County government, I declared this stuff with Charlotte County government. They basically didn't even acknowledge it, which is criminal. It's actually a civil rights crime, because any violation of the Constitution is considered a civil rights crime. Unfortunately, we don't have any law enforcement that's investigating these civil rights crimes. So you're going to have to force them to fire you. You're going to have to get them to put in writing that they fired you because of the vaccine, and then you're going to have to file a lawsuit against them. And unfortunately, imbalance only becomes balanced in a courtroom, and the judiciary is the only weapon that a citizen or a person has to get fixed for transgression. So, and this is individual. So I hope this rings true to somebody. I hope that they grasp this concept. I've had to do it with Charlotte County government, and I'm in the process right now. And I'm finishing up, some other stuff. So God bless you guys.